Hi beginners, we are going to learn the proper technique for pizzicato, which is another word for plucking. So with our instrument in playing position, whether we play violin or viola, or cello or bass, okay, we are going to, with our other hand, what I mean by that is the instrument we've learned goes in your left hand and it goes on your left side. So with your right hand, you're going to fold away 3 fingers. And you're going to have your thumb out and what we call your pointer finger. You're going to have that out and it's going to resemble the shape of the letter L. You're going to take the tip of your thumb and you're going to place it against the fingerboard. So if you play the cello or the bass, you place it here. And then you'd be able to reach over and pluck any of your strings. Not here, but rather down here. Okay, and then violin and viola on the side here. And then again, you can use this finger to reach any of your strings. So everyone, I want you to locate your D string. And what we're going to do is we're going to practice plucking it. It should sound like this. So I'm going to go ahead and actually demonstrate song number 2 for you. Okay, so I've got it here on my music stand. I hook my thumb and I anchor it and I leave it there. It's like I've glued it down for the song. And then I have my pointer finger available for plucking. And what you're also going to notice is that it's a requirement to count out loud. So I'm going to go ahead and do that while I pluck my song. So here I go. I'm in the very first song on page number 4. It has a number 2 by it, and it says, let's play open D. So let's play open D. 1 and 2 and ready and go and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 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 and that's the end of the song. Now, I went like this when you had a rest just to show you that it was silent, but when you're playing a song, you leave your thumb here. You don't need to show me that it's silent. You're going to show me by not plucking. So when you see a note, you pluck. When you see a rest, you don't. Let's try the next song together. It's Let's Play Open A. So locate your A string, and this one I'm going to play is if I've got like a little cello here, okay, so you can see how that would look with pizzicato. So I've got my finger on my A string and I'm going to count in. You always should count in first. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, go. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 that time, instead of going like this to show you silence, when I was counting out loud, if it were a rest, I would just whisper the count. Okay? I'm going to play another song for you on that same page. The next one's called Two's a Team, song number 4. And you'll notice that it mixes up your A string and your D string in the same song. We start with D string. This time, I'm going to show you another technique for demonstrating a rest. So, instrument up, if you play violin or viola, give it a nice hug so that it is snug underneath your jaw. We don't ever want to see the jaw come off of the jaw rest or the chin rest. Okay, so this one I'm going to play like a violin or viola. I'm putting my finger on the D string, so I'm ready to go. And then you count first. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and shh. 1 and 2 and 3 and shh. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and shh. Okay, there we go. So you saw another technique for the rest. You could literally shush to show that you're being quiet during that rest. We use that one a lot, actually. But you have to remember where you are in the count. So I was shushing on beat 4. So when you start counting again, you have to make sure you start with beat 1. There's one more song on the page, number 5. And we are going to go ahead and pluck this. You've got D's, you've got A's, you've got rests. So you really have to keep track. And again, you have to count out loud and tap your toe while you're playing the song. Okay, so again, if you play cello or bass, you're taking your thumb and anchoring it at the bottom of the fingerboard. It just kind of rests there. That gives you a little leverage, right? And then you can go ahead and pluck a string. All right, if you play violin or viola, go ahead and give it a nice, snug hug. All right, and then gently put your hand on the front of the upper bout right here. Glue your thumb down, everybody. Put your finger on your D string, because that's what we start with, and count with me. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 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 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And as you could tell, I didn't use any special technique for the rest that time. I just counted full speed ahead. I didn't shush. I didn't say shush. I didn't show any silence. I was just silent. And that's pretty typical of what we do, okay? If you have any questions about these 4 songs, about the technique of plucking, or we call that pizzicato, please make sure you ask. And then besides playing with this video for homework, I would love for you to then go into our Essential Elements Interactive, or EEI.com, resource and play these songs with the recording as well. But if you find my video helpful, you're most certainly welcome to practice with the video instead here. But after you're finished practicing, regardless of whether you use the online resource or my video, you have to go into the resource and you have to fill out your practice record. Again, every single day. And then not only are you practicing every day, but you're remembering to go into the log and complete it. And the requirement is 15 minutes every day. And yes, you have to practice on the weekends. Okay, so email me your questions. I can't wait to hear what you come up with these songs. Good luck.